worked remotely. So want to start with Boone County, just Indiana news here. So the Whitestown homeowner, who is Kurt Anderson. We have been sending updates about all of that. Recently they finally came down with formal charges from the Boone County prosecutor. Today, the judge set bail at $25,000 for him. And so after that, now he must surrender his passport, wear GPS monitoring, and avoid firearms while he awaits trial. So they did that this morning, and now his next court date is not until March 30th of 2026. So that is the latest update I do have from the Whitestown shooting. More in Boone County, the Indiana Court of Appeals has affirmed the 123-year sentence imposed on John Eric Peterson, who pleaded guilty to multiple accounts of child molesting, child exploitation, possession of child pornography, and neglect of a dependent. The appellate opinion issued on the 30th rejected Peterson's arguments that the trial court abuses discretion and that his sentence was inappropriate given the nature of his offense and his character. This decision marks one of the longest sentences for child exploitation in Indiana's history. Peterson's crimes involved repeated sexual abuse of a young child over several years. This included acts of penetration and the creation of child sex abuse material. We're going to head on over to Franklin. This came in today. So his name is Austin Cohey. He's 30 years old. He's from Gas City. So he was sentenced to 25 years in prison for child molesting, a level 1 felony. He was found guilty, facing up to 40 years in prison for this. He has been previously convicted of a crime of violence, which was armed robbery. So it says here, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison and 3 years in work release of the possible 40, followed by 2 years of probation. He must complete sex offender treatment and will be required to be registered as a sex offender. He's also ordered to have no contact with the victim throughout the duration of his sentence. This actually took place back in 2021. So Cohey sexually abused a young person in the late summer of that year. The incidents were reported to the police and then investigated by the Greenwood Police Department, and then criminal charges were filed shortly thereafter. One more for some more sex offender crimes. This is coming out of Fort Wayne. This person is facing multiple felonies for breaking into a home and sexually assaulting a young girl in Fort Wayne. The charges against Telly Moore includes rape, child molestation, burglary, intimidation. Moore was arrested at a nearby motel after officers traced his vehicle. He had previously been convicted before of child molesting back in 1999 and served time in prison before being released in 2023.